this is the first part of the second class. It's going to be a brief excursus into the four functions of the psyche. That is very important because very often in the dreams we dream of either grouping of four people, or it's us joining three other people to create the quaternity, which is the foundation of our psyche, foundation of the wholeness. So for Jung, our consciousness grows by using four tools. It has four tools for that. It's thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. Interestingly enough, that he developed this approach based on a very ancient idea of four elements. Four elements sort of were thought of as something more extraneous. But since Jung is a pioneer, one of the pioneers of the depths of human psyche, he understood that apparently for animals that ancients were so keen to talk about, they are foundations of our deep psyche. So there are two pairs. They always come in pairs, they don't interchange. One pair is thinking and feeling, which is for Jung a rational pair. Rational because we can interfere with thinking, we can will what to think, what not to think, same with feeling. But the other pair, irrational pair, is sensation and intuition, where we cannot really interfere or tinker in any ways with. So sensation and intuition represent two poles of the irrational pair, or Jung sometimes says the feminine archetypally pair, and thinking and feeling is two poles of the rational pair. The final goal of human development is to have all the functions working equally. But of course it's not the case with us mere humans in our lives. For each person, basically one function would be developed the best, then its polar opposite would be developed the least. It would be practically unconscious for the person. And there is another pair that is auxiliary, in which always one pole, one function works better, more available, and the other one is less available. So on this diagram we can see that this is the type of personality where thinking is the dominant function. It's the primary function that this type of people use approaching the world. The feeling function would be the inferior function, the least available, basically unconscious. And I would surmise that intuition would be the first auxiliary function, more available out of the second pair, because it's placed on the right. And then sensation would be less available, but still partly conscious. So dominant, less available, but okayish, still less available, and one that is practically unconscious for this type. For my type, for instance, I am INFJ, so intuition would be here, sensation would be here, thinking would be here, and feeling would be here. Oh, I'm sorry, feeling would be here, of course, and thinking would be the second auxiliary for INFJ. So Jung says that in the psychology of the functions, there are two conscious and therefore masculine functions. The differentiated function and its auxiliary, which are represented in dreams by, say, father and son, whereas the unconscious function appears as mother and daughter. Very often we feel that we can say that in the dream, where there is a pair of adults, and they are joined by, let's say, their young children of both genders, little boy and little girl, that would be the example of a dream representing this